Most people think being poor is about not making enough money. But what if the real problem isn't your paycheck at all? What if it's a handful of financial habits that quietly keep people stuck for years, sometimes even decades? Because here's something surprising. You can earn $50,000 a year and struggle financially. You can earn $100,000 a year and struggle financially. You can even earn well into six figures and still feel like you're running on a treadmill that never stops. In fact, recent surveys from organizations like Lending Club have shown that many high-income earners still report living paycheck to paycheck. That's a huge clue. For a lot of people, the problem isn't income, it's behavior. Over the last decade, I've spent countless hours studying money, investing, personal finance, and the psychology behind wealth building. And one thing keeps showing up over and over again. The difference between people who steadily build wealth and people who stay financially stressed often comes down to a few simple habits. The tricky part? Most of these habits feel completely normal. They're common, they're socially accepted, and that's exactly what makes them dangerous. In this video, we're going to uncover 4 of the biggest wealth-destroying habits people fall into. More importantly, I'll show you the practical counter-habit that can help replace each one. Because once you can see these patterns clearly, you can start changing them, and that can completely change your financial future. Let's start with the habit that quietly sabotages almost everyone. Habit number 1. Paying yourself last. This might be the most damaging money habit of all, and it sounds completely reasonable. Every payday, the money comes in. Then the bills go out. Rent or mortgage, car payment, utilities, phone bill, streaming subscriptions, groceries, gas, a few meals out. Life happens. Then, at the end of the month, you look at what's left and think, whatever remains, I'll save. Maybe it's $100. Maybe it's 20. Maybe it's nothing. That's paying yourself last. You've paid every company, every lender, every service provider, and every bill before you've invested a single dollar in your own future. And that's exactly why so many people struggle to build wealth. The problem isn't just mathematical. It's psychological. When you save what's left over, you're teaching yourself that saving is optional, something you do if there's money remaining. But there's almost never money remaining. Life has a way of expanding to consume whatever income is available. There's always another expense, always another purchase, always another reason to wait until next month. The solution is simple. Pay yourself first. Instead of saving what's left over after spending, save before spending begins. The moment your paycheck arrives, a percentage automatically moves into savings or investments. Not after the bills, not after the shopping. Immediately. It doesn't have to be huge. Start with 5%, move to 10%. Eventually aim higher if possible. The exact percentage matters less than the consistency. And automation is the secret weapon. Set up an automatic transfer so the money disappears before you have a chance to spend it. What happens next surprises most people. You adapt. Very quickly, you learn to live on what's left. And over time, those automatic transfers become the foundation of real wealth. Because the first person your paycheck should support is your future self. And once you make that shift, everything starts to change. But even people who master this first habit often get trapped by the next one. And this next habit is the reason so many people get raises, but never actually get ahead. Habit number 2, lifestyle inflation. This is the silent wealth killer, the habit of spending more every time you earn more. Here's how it usually happens. You're early in your career making $50,000 a year. Money is tight. You have roommates. You drive an older car. You're careful with spending. Then you get promoted. Your income jumps to $70,000. Finally, things are getting better. So you upgrade. You move into a nicer apartment. You get a newer car. You start eating out more often. Maybe you take more expensive vacations. None of these decisions seem unreasonable. In fact, they feel deserved. You've worked hard. Why shouldn't you enjoy it? The problem is that every upgrade becomes permanent. A year later, you're earning much more than before, but your bank account doesn't look much different. The raise disappeared. Not because you didn't earn enough, because your lifestyle expanded alongside your income. This is one of the biggest reasons income alone doesn't create wealth. Wealth is created by the gap between what you earn and what you spend. That's why someone earning $60,000 and saving aggressively can build more wealth than someone earning $150,000 who spends nearly everything. The antidote is incredibly simple. Save half of every raise. Before your lifestyle has a chance to expand, redirect at least 50% of any income increase towards savings and investments. Let's say your raise adds roughly $400 per month after taxes. Immediately automate $200 into investing. Now you've permanently improved your future while still giving yourself permission to enjoy the other half. That's what makes this strategy so powerful. You're not denying yourself success. You're simply making sure your future benefits from it too. Because earning more money only changes your life if you keep some of it. And that's where the next habit becomes especially dangerous. Habit number 3, getting comfortable with high-interest debt. This habit has become so normal that many people barely question it. High-interest consumer debt, credit cards, personal loans, buy now, pay later plans. The marketing makes them sound convenient, but financially, they're often devastating. As of early 2026, total US credit card debt sits around $1.25 trillion, and average interest rates on revolving balances have climbed above 21%. Think about that. If you're paying 21% interest on debt while hoping to earn 8 or 10% investing, you're fighting an uphill battle. Every month, the debt is compounding against you. While you're trying to build wealth, interest is quietly pulling wealth away. The trap rarely starts with a huge purchase. Usually, it's something small. A balance gets carried one month, then another. An unexpected expense shows up. The balance grows, slowly, almost invisibly, until one day, thousands of dollars are sitting there generating interest every single month. And now, a large portion of your income is working for the bank instead of for you. The solution is adopting a zero-tolerance policy toward high-interest debt. Treat it like an emergency, because financially, that's exactly what it is. First, stop adding to the balance. If you can't pay the card off in full, stop using it. Second, attack the debt aggressively. Whether you prefer the debt snowball method for motivation or the debt avalanche method for maximum mathematical efficiency, doesn't matter nearly as much as taking action. Cut expenses, sell unused items, increase income if possible. Throw every available dollar at the debt, because once it's gone, something remarkable happens. You suddenly regain control of cash flow that was previously disappearing into interest payments. And now that money can start building your future instead of paying for your past. But there's one final habit that quietly makes all the others worse. Habit number 4, living without a plan. Most people don't actually know where their money goes. They think they do, but they don't. They rely on quick glances at their bank balance. If there's money available, they spend. If there isn't, they wait. That's not a financial plan. That's financial guesswork. Without a budget, or what I prefer to call a conscious spending plan, you're flying blind. Money leaks out through dozens of small decisions. Subscriptions, impulse purchases, food delivery, random online shopping. Small expenses that barely register individually, but add up dramatically over time. The problem isn't necessarily spending. The problem is spending without awareness, because you can't improve what you don't measure. A spending plan isn't about restriction. It's about alignment. It's making sure your money supports what matters most to you. Instead of wondering where your money went, you're deciding where it goes. The first step is simple. Track everything for 30 days. Don't judge it. Don't change it. Just observe. Use an app. Review your transactions. See the truth. Then evaluate the results. How much went toward housing, transportation, dining, entertainment, savings? Most people discover surprises almost immediately. Finally, build a simple framework around what you've learned. The 50-30-20 approach is a great starting point. Roughly 50% toward needs, 30% toward wants, 20% toward saving and debt reduction. It's not a strict rule. It's a guide. The goal isn't perfection. The goal is awareness. Because once you know exactly where your money is going, you can start directing it intentionally. And that's when real progress begins. The habits we've covered today may seem small, but over time, they create enormous consequences. Paying yourself last, lifestyle inflation, high interest debt, living without a plan. Each one quietly slows down wealth building. Together, they can keep someone financially stuck for years. The good news? Habits can be changed. Your financial future isn't determined by your past mistakes. It's determined by the choices you make going forward. And you don't need to fix everything at once. In fact, you shouldn't. Pick one habit. Just one. The one that hit closest to home. The one you recognized immediately. Focus on that. Build the replacement habit. Make it automatic. Then move on to the next. Because wealth isn't built overnight. It's built through consistent decisions repeated over time. Small actions, repeated long enough. That's how financial freedom is created. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button. It helps more than you might think. and helps this message reach more people who need it. And if you're serious about improving your finances, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss future videos. Now, I have a challenge for you. In the comments, tell me which habit you're changing first. Are you setting up an automatic transfer, tracking your spending, paying down debt, or stopping lifestyle inflation before it starts? Write it down. Make the commitment public. Because sometimes, the first step toward changing your financial future is simply deciding to begin.